So everyone's clear, the Zoom meeting is now being recorded and on YouTube. And Mr. Chair, we do have 3 members of the 5-member Development and Zoning Review Committee, so we do have a quorum, but I would ask if we could wait a couple more minutes.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
Thank you, sir.
And Mr. Chair, the mayor called me right before and he had a conflict come up, so he's unavailable. And I did not hear from Mr. Preston. So yes, if we could just give him a minute if he's coming in.
Okay. I do not know for sure what's going on with my wife's birthday plans yet, so at the moment, I'm not in a rush.
All right. I'd like to say if we can just wait a minute or two, give Mr. Preston an opportunity. If not, as I mentioned, we have a quorum, so we could conduct the meeting. Well, Mr. Chair, whenever you'd like to start, I think we can proceed.
Okay, we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everyone to this meeting of the city's Development and Zoning Review Committee. At tonight's meeting, this interested party will introduce and provide a presentation on a development proposal that would be located within the city of Wildwood. Tonight's meeting provides this interested party the opportunity to propose a concept and then hear feedback from this committee, which is composed of key city decision makers. One meeting is normally offered for this purpose. However, in certain instances, a second discussion may follow. It is important to note that this concept plan is in very preliminary and informal stages of the city's review process, such as subject to changes if it proceeds to the formal submission process. The city welcomes the public's attendance tonight via the Zoom webinar platform or streaming on YouTube, but given the preliminary and informal nature of the presentation, public comment is not being sought at this time. If the proposed development does proceed to the formal submission process, members of the public will have numerous opportunities to appear before the city's Planning and Zoning Commission and/or the City Council regarding it at that time. The committee would like to thank you for your attendance at tonight's meeting. Can I get a roll call of committee members, please?
Councilmember Preston, Councilmember Robleski,
Here.
Councilmember Marshall,
Present.
Mayor Garetano, and Chair Beatty.
Here.
Thank you.
Thanks. Does the Department of Planning have any opening comments?
Yes, Mr. Chair, and thank you. Mr. Chair and members of the committee, the department would like to introduce the items that were provided to you in the packet of information for tonight's discussion. First and foremost, obviously, we provided an agenda and we did post the meeting both here at City Hall and on our website. The next item is the bylaws relating to the committee. So if there are any questions relative to the powers and duties, objective and purpose, etc., bylaws are provided so we can address those if necessary. Today you received updated versions of the plan set from the petitioner, and I believe there's 2 sheets. One is a black and white line plan, and the other is an aerial photograph that has the lot configurations and development design as part of it. The department provided 4 items for your consideration tonight. The first is a large-scale aerial photograph of the site, which is a collection of lots, not a single lot of record. Then a smaller scale aerial photograph that gives you a little bit more detail about the property, particularly the woodlands in association with it. And then both Mr. Newberry and I thought it appropriate to provide you the regulations for the NU non-urban resident district, as well as those regulations from the subdivision and development regulations that deal with large lot single-family subdivisions. Large lot single-family subdivisions relate to properties in the NU district that are not seeking an overlay district and will have a minimum of 3 acres or greater for lot size. That is the packet of information. Tonight, the applicant will go through the design and some of the background relating to the site. And this is the opportunity for the committee to ask any questions and provide first impressions. So if there's any questions of Mr. Newberry or I, we'd be glad to try to answer them at this time. And I left out Mr. Brown, our Director of Public Works, and he is here tonight too to help. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Vunich. Are there any opening questions from the committee? All right, Mr. Whalen, if you want to go ahead and present your proposal. And you are muted. You're muted right now.
Sorry, I had some strange pop-ups that were coming up on my computer. Thank
No
you,
worries.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. I'd like to present to you tonight a proposed subdivision called Bendick Estates. Pretty unique and special opportunity. The Bendick family, the Bendick farm has been in Wildwood since long before Wildwood was Wildwood. The family has come to a point where they're settling some estate matters and trying to plan for the future. And it's long story short, brother and sister owned 3 tracts totaling 51 acres. And there are 2 really nice residences commingled within this 51-acre family farm, so to speak. Joan Bird has been a resident of Wildwood since before Wildwood was Wildwood, and the Bendick family, she is a Bendick. They reached out, or we, I guess, spoke to each other earlier this year. It's time for the family to sell the property, to settle some estate stuff, and they wanted to partner with Whalen Custom Homes. We formed a company called Bendick Bird Partners LLC to develop this site and maintain the 2 residences that are currently on the property, which are family properties that have been around for a long time, and carve those off and give those back to the family and allow for a net 13 new residential lots on the remaining acreage, very similar, almost identical to the project that my company did a couple years ago off of Melrose and 100 West Eden, which has been very, very successful. Like West Eden, this property is very low intensity development. We are seeking to do the same type of either probably multifamily wells and individual waste treatment systems. All of our lots, we believe, comply with the city's ordinances. We think it lays out really well. We're going to be able to preserve a ton of tree canopy and just really think it's going to be a nice development, just like West Eden. We'll be able, lot 1 will be Mrs. Bird's residence, and she will maintain that, and the Bendick family will maintain lot 7, about a 4-acre lot with a beautiful home and a historic barn, or I call it historic, but an older barn on that. We just really think it's going to be a really nice development and very, very similar to the other large lots in the area. A good portion of the property is owned by the Missouri Conservation Department, the adjoining property conservation department, and some, I believe, is adjacent to some of the community college property. We believe we'll be able to get gas from Spire. We are working on high-speed internet. Other than that, we think this would just be a very nice project. Happy to answer any questions for you.
Thank you, Mr. Whalen. Are there any questions from the committee? Um,
What's the proposed homes that are gonna go in there at this point? Do you know what the plan is?
Yes, ma'am. So we're a custom home builder. So each and every home is designed from scratch. I would anticipate that they would be very similar to the homes that we've sold at West Eden, which were 2,500 square feet on the smaller end, 4,000 square feet on the larger end, probably price point, 1.2, 1.3 million, up to maybe even $3 million for some of the larger lots. That would be my expectation, but the market has fooled me before. So that's what I think would be fair to assume for this location, ma'am.
Okay, I think you answered some of my other questions in your presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've ridden through West Eden once or twice in recent months. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. No, granted, I'm not out there a whole lot, but no complaints from me.
Well, that's a start, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, I'm much closer to Stone Mill in that area.
Sure.
Uh,
Mr.
Well,
Chair,
Go ahead,
Pardon-
Mr. Vinich.
pardon my interruption. One of the items I noted was Christie Avenue, and Mr. Brown, I think a portion of that is public and then the remainder is private. Could you shed a little light for the committee?
You're muted.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is public to a point, and I'm not sure exactly, now that you brought it up, Joe, where it changes over. But we'll want to take a look at that. I forget exactly how far it is public.
Well,
Uh,
From
thank-
to
from
the
when I've
south.
been down there, my impression just from being a pedestrian cyclist on the road is it's public down to look basically about the south end of this property, and then it goes into the woods and down the hill, and I think right before that curve is all the mailboxes for the homes past it. And there's a sign saying private drive past there.
That might be correct, Chair.
But yeah, up to where this property is, I do believe is all public and looking at the granted there can be errors in the county database, but looking at the parcel lines on the database, I see right of way for the road up until that point. And then then the right of way seems to diverge from the actual road.
Thank you. And
So,
Mr. Chair, if I could just add a couple of other points.
Mhm.
Since the applicant is not seeking the planned residential development overlay district application, this process is a little different than what typically the Planning and Zoning Commission and City Council experiences. First and foremost, it's governed more by the subdivision and development regulations than the zoning ordinance. And so there'll be a preliminary plat, which is like the site development plan, And that'll be the first submittal. And then that'll be reviewed and acted upon by the Planning and Zoning Commission, and then received and filed and discussed by City Council. Thereafter, it becomes a set of improvement plans, escrow, record plat, et cetera. Just as Mr. Whalen mentioned, like West Eden, the large lot single-family subdivision out at Melrose Road and Route 100. So a little different process. And as Mr. Whalen mentioned, at West Eden, the state of Missouri Department of Natural Resources required every 2 lots to share a potable water well. And so there were 12 homes there, Mr. Whalen, as I recall.
Yes, sir. Mhm.
And there were 6 wells with individual septic. Mr. Whalen received a waiver to the centralized wastewater treatment plant at West Eden, and there were a number of conditions associated with that to ensure that those individual household treatment systems on the lots were maintained at the highest level possible, both by the developer during construction and then thereafter by the property owners. So a little different process, but I thought I'd just share it with you. Thank you.
And if I'm remembering correctly, the only reason we as planning and zoning even really saw it is because of that variance, correct?
Well, you would have seen the preliminary plat, but the variance actually required the public hearing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, your memory's good.
So, I mean, so far it seems to comply with all of our general ordinances. I don't see any reason for this not to go forward. If there's no other comments from the committee, I thank you for your time and would look for a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Certainly appreciate it. And we plan on proceeding just as we did on West Eden, same geological analysis and everything that we did when we applied for West Eden. In fact, the only thing different on this project than West Eden, there was an older dwelling, a portion of which was built in the very early 1900s that was being demolished. In this case, there's no planned demolition for any structures. The structures will remain. So yeah, we plan on proceeding forward and look forward to seeing you all again with a more refined plan.
All right. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn?
All right. Motion by Councilman Marshall. Second.
I can second.
All right. Thank you. Thank you,
Mhm.
Councilmember Wroblewski. I feel weird seconding my own motion.
Yeah.
So. All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstain?